Killacam left the game, and I'm sorry. If you're not romantic about baseball and this doesn't give you chills, you don't have blood running through your vein, folks.
Once, Michael.
Welcome to the New York Minute post-game report. I'm New York Minute, and you can catch us on Instagram at NEWYRKMIN and right here after every Yankee game on YouTube. And tonight was a feel-good night in the stadium. The lineup was clicking. We had Jason Dominguez, Aaron Judge, and Cody Bellinger in the 1-2-3. And what happened? They came out guns blazing. 1-2-3, all got on base and led off the game 3-0. But the story of the night, folks, is the rookie starting pitcher. All 6'6" of them. 225-pound and 24-year-old Cam Schittler. And by the way, I'll work on the name. I'm walking on a tightrope here not to get banned in the algorithm hell that is YouTube and Instagram. But Cam Schittler came out with a great performance tonight. His final line was 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs, and 3 earned runs, but that's not the story. The story is the stuff, folks. The story is always the stuff. He had a 100-mile-an-hour fastball to ring up his first major league strikeout. And guess what? He walked the first guy that he faced. The ump was squeezing him a little bit. And instead of caving like a lot of rookies would do in a big spot like that, guess what? He buckled down and ended the first 3 innings all with strikeouts. And the pressure was on, folks. It's not like he started the season in spring training knowing he was going to be a crucial part to this team. Clark Schmidt went down with Tommy John surgery, and he had to stand up in a pressure cooker because the Yankees have not been playing well, so they could not afford a rookie disaster tonight, and Cam delivered. I'm just going to call him Killacam from now on because guess what? He needed 2 Suburbans and a hearse because he was killing it out there. He had the whole family watching him tonight. And guess what, guys? You got to get romantic about baseball. When he was walking off the field tonight and getting that standing ovation and they zoomed over to his parents hugging it out, I mean, that's what baseball's about. And everyone wonders why everyone's so crazy and romantic about baseball. And that is a perfect example. But now let's get back to the lineup. This is what I'm talking about. First time since 2012, the Yankees have had back-to-back same lineups in a game. That is ridiculous. Bonkersville. That's no consistency. They had the same lineup 2 nights in a row, and I've been saying it for anybody that will listen to me. The mailman from the top of the hill, from the lighthouse on the 4th of July. Please keep the lineup the same. Jason Dominguez, Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger, Giancarlo Stanton, Jazz. Let's go with the, Wells and Volpe back-to-back and a belly-to-belly. And then fill it in there with Peraza playing defense, and you might get something out of him. But I like the vibe in the Bronx tonight. And that's what it takes, folks. It takes vibes in baseball. You got to break the funk. And that's what the manager's for. And Aaron Judge has been steadying the ship the whole time for the New York Yankees. And he's like Columbus. He's like, I'm telling you guys, there's water. But they weren't believing him. And they didn't write back, as people like to say. So also, Jazz Chisholm has been playing out of his mind. And also 2 home runs tonight. Before the game started, Jazz Chisholm was talking about possibly entering the home run derby in the All-Star game this year. Well, I guess that was his audition tonight because Jazz Chisholm has been lighting it up since he got back from the injured list. But guess what? Not really. If you go to my Instagram channel, New York Minute, NEWYRK, you can see the story of Jazz Chisholm coming into my comments section. Yes, the second baseman for the New York Yankees came after me The only thing that I said was I saw a hip-hop video of him rapping, and I know it's a little petty, but I said stop rapping and get in the cage. You're hitting 232. And he clapped back at me and he said, hey, you can't even play baseball. And I said, I know that Aaron Boone doesn't have the balls to tell you, but what you need to do is stop swinging from your heels, play at 70%, because we know the kind of player you can be. And Jazz didn't stop there. He was messaging me during batting practice. And in the comments, I said back to him, I go, Jazz, are you messaging me during batting practice? This story got to the point where we spoke on the phone, folks, and you can see the whole story at New York Minute, NEWYRK. MIN on Instagram. But let's get back to the game at hand tonight. And Jazz Chisholm has been killing it since he's been back on the injured list. I don't know what it's been, but it was a fire lit under his ass. And I was kind of the big brother. And also, it was like the Truman Show. Our followers are following it day by day because every time I woke up, Jazz Chisholm had another comment for me. So there you go, folks. Tonight in the Bronx was a good thing. Let's get to some other people on the team that actually had some good games. We got Luke Weaver with a really good outing tonight. That's key for this team, okay? Luke Weaver has been getting knocked around. I hope he got injured last year. I was hoping that it wasn't another injury, so it looks like he righted the ship tonight, which is great. Devin Williams came in a save opportunity with down by 3 runs, 9-6 against Seattle. He came in and closed the door. He's another one that settled down. This is what I'm talking about. It's starting to settle down. When you get out of calibration, people get hurt. They've been able to have an semblance of consistency, and that's what baseball is. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and you need to be consistency. Consistency is key, folks. Consistency key at your job. Consistency is key with workout. Consistency is key with healthy diet. It's all over the place, folks. But let's get to some more important news. Before the game today, DJ LeMahieu was designated for assignment. He was cut from the team. I think a lot of this had to do with maybe the fact that he has 2 left feet, hasn't been able to play the game of baseball since 2020, and plays second base like he has bolts in his neck like Frankenstein. Now, DJ LeMahieu also was apparently upset and surprised by his benching by Aaron Boone. And when asked about it before the game, Aaron Boone yesterday said he didn't take it too well. Well, I'm very surprised that DJ didn't take it too well because I guess DJ's 2 eyeballs are hurt as well with his cinder block feet. So he's gone. I've never seen a guy stretch more out of a 2019 batting title that was done in Colorado. And yeah, he was good for 2 years against the Houston Astros, had that big home run in the playoffs. But what have you done for me lately? And he's clogging up space at second base. And now you can move Jazz back to his natural position. And I am a firm believer in always saying that guys, when they play in their natural position, they will do better at the plate. You ever notice a guy makes a very good defensive play in the outfield, and then he gets to the plate and makes a hit in the same inning? All right, so we have Brian Cashman's reaction here to all the hubbub about DJ LeMahieu's DFA.
Back, we gave him the lane at second. He had communicated all the way back from the wintertime that third base had become now an issue for him physically, and that second and first would be.
Listen, anybody could see that his bat speed had slowed dramatically, that his agility and his lateral movement in the outfield had diminished drastically. Let's not play games here. The only reason DJ LeMahieu was on this team is that this bald asshole was giving him $16 million. He overpaid for him 3 years ago, and he's been licking his wounds ever since, and nobody likes to admit that they're wrong, and especially a $16 million mistake with cinder block feet.
The more likely area, so that's why in the rehab assignment you saw he played all second base. And so that's why when he came up here, we gave the runway to see what it would look like, to see if this, this dimension with with the current setup was going to be workable. And so we moved Jazz over. Jazz was willing to move over to third to like he did last year and to try to give a lane there to see what we saw on the offense and the defensive side with DJ. And, at some point you'd make some tough decisions.
God damn, this guy is boring. All right, yeah. DJ, you're not going to tell us anything. You're not telling us anything. More from Brian Cashman on DJ LeMahieu. Let's hear what Aaron Boone had to say about the rookie sensation in New York right now, Killacam, with the performance of a lifetime tonight.
Yeah.
Great. I mean, I thought he was under control. I mean, you see the live fastball. I thought he did a really good job with his secondary stuff, mixing that in, throwing it when he needed to first to be able to strike it, whether it was the cutter, curveball, slider. Felt like they got a little good look at some of the breaking balls the second time through, but you see his stuff really plays, and I thought his calm and his poise and focus was excellent.
Your debut was probably still fresh in your mind. What kind of feelings do you go through when you see someone like this have the same debut?
Look, from what we saw from Cam this spring, and my first time really getting a lot of eyes on him, and getting some run this spring and getting to start some games, he got you excited, and then carried that into this season where he's just got off to a really good start in Double-A, obviously moved to Triple-A. So, I know this kid is
Will Warren and now Killacam are the future of this team. And now, if he can stay healthy, Luis Heel. So you have 3 guys in their rookie contracts under the next 5 years that are making league minimum that the Yankees can take advantage of. I wish Clark Schmidt was part of that formula, but he's another guy that can't stay healthy. So the Yankees pipeline is healthy, and we've always got on Brian Cashman and the organization of the New York Yankees for not producing starters, and they haven't done it in a while. But now it seems like this crop of guys is really starting to pan out. And not to mention, think about how we're not too far removed from the Juan Soto deal, giving Mike King away and Burrito away and Lopez away and all those guys. Other than King, where are the rest of the guys now? That was a good move to clear house of names so they can actually get the diamonds in the rough like these guys.
Not only next up, we've had some attrition, like got an opportunity, but I know the upside that exists with him, and I know how much he's improved over the last 12 months. So just excited to see him go out there and do his thing, see how somebody reacts. It's Yankee Stadium. You're on the mound. You're throwing the first pitch. Like, there's a lot to deal with. There's a lot that goes on there. I think our guys do a really great job of making him feel at home and comfortable. It was good, I think, that he got here yesterday.
And take into consideration the adrenaline going through this kid's body with his family in the house, Yankee Stadium, the big lights, thrown into the fire, not knowing that he would even be a starter on the Yankees this year because Clark Schmidt got Tommy John, and then he went down, and now he had to step up. So this has kind of been thrown into the fire, and he handled it, folks. He looked like he didn't break a sweat, and also the fastball that he has is effortless. He doesn't need to rev up to throw it, and that's a really good sign. Reminds me of an A.J. Burnett of the Miami Marlins, and then later of the New York Yankees in 2009, who won a World Series with CC Sabathia.
And got to kind of get his feet wet.
Also, another good thing is bringing these guys up when postseason time does come, and let's say the Yankees only roll with 3 or 4 starters. These guys can come out of the bullpen kind of like Phil Hughes did in 2009 also to really rev up the fastball and throw 102 coming out of the pen.
Pre-game on the taxi squad. So just a really strong outing tonight.
In the 31 games back for Jazz since he came back from the IL, he's hitting .315. Just what have you seen from him over that stretch?
Yeah, it's been dynamic. I mean, that's, what we brought him here to do, and he's done it. Slow start to the season, then the injury, but it's been excellent. It's been.
By the way, June 3rd is when me and Jazz Chisholm started beefing. Not a lie. Go on Instagram, New York Minute, NEWYRKMIN, and watch Jazz Chisholm get into my comments section and go ape shit. And I had to talk him down and big brother him. And it directly correlates with the performance because I told him to stop making hip-hop videos and get in the batting cage. I know it's petty, but guess what? So is baseball, and so is New York, and so is New York Minute. And you can check us out, NEWYRKMIN on Instagram, right here on YouTube, the New York Minute Sports Show, and you're always going to be able to get our Yankees post-game report. And also, before we leave, let's do a little who's hot and who's not. I'll tell you who's hot: Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger, Jason Dominguez. Who's not? Paul Goldschmidt is not. Peraza is not. And who's on the uptrend? Austin Wells, baby. And if you like this channel and this video, why don't you check out our end cards? Check out some more stuff. New York Minute. It's New York sports for New York nuts.
Seventh strikeout. And that will do it.
And this is when Killacam left the game. And I'm sorry, if you're not romantic about baseball and this doesn't give you chills, you don't have blood running through your vein, folks. Check this out.
Well, I'll tell you what, he should get a hand. I mean, to take that emotion as a young player, to come in and throw the ball the way he did. You only get to do this once, Michael.
You know, the parents, all the summer league games, driving them to Little League. The grandpa's there, the cousins are there, the aunts are there. And that's what baseball is about. It's about family, watching games when you're a little kid with your pops, with your granddad, with your mom, and whoever's a fan in your family, and holding on to the seat of your couch during playoff time and watching these parents watching this kid evolve from a little baby that they held in their hands to a 6'4" starting pitcher of the New York Yankees, and he comes out and lights it up tonight. I'm getting chills talking about it right now, folks, because this is why I love doing this show, and I love talking baseball right here on New York Minute. And let me know below, guys, what does this remind you of? Does this have any Little League memories for you, or memories with your parents or your fathers or your mothers in your family about baseball? Because this is why it is the greatest game to
It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports Talk for sports nuts. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify and YouTube.